Shantae, half Genie hero. Wow. This was actually released back in 2016, December 20th. At least when it was initially released. It's the fourth in the series. And it's the first one, I believe, to be available more on, outside of like the DS and that, and the Nintendo system. You see, the first three games were initially, I think, only available through Nintendo systems. But this one was initially released. Well, it was later, I should say, later released. Uh, once the series was starting to all go on to, like, expanding the audience. And this one was also a crowd-funded game because this was crowd-funded on Kickstarter. I mean, they were looking for a donation. I think about like 400,000, and they got 900,000, which shows the Half Genie is still was still popular. Now, this is also because it was not done strictly for a Nintendo system or anything like that. It's actually the first one that truly isn't pixelated or has a, reminiscent of the pixel style. You can still see that in the third game. But of course, it also returns to just the usual that most of Shantae's powers are due to changing shape due to her dancing abilities. And this is also another one where Risky ends up being the main antagonist. To an extent. You see, basically opens up with Shantae getting like a waking up to in the middle of the night having received a weird message. It's actually a message from the Genie realm, warning her that she's about to face one of her biggest trials yet, one that could affect the Genie realm if she fails. We also find out that Mimic has been working on a device to help Shantae out with her, job of defending the town as the town's guardian genie. Of course, the device plans get stolen by Risky, so Shantae must go after. She's also was attacking the town, Scuttletown. So your very first set of levels in the game is, fighting through the town. They have the burning town, obviously, song, and oh look, we're also going to add in a song that was used as a help with the fundraiser, "Dance Through the Danger." Lovely song, sung by Christina V, who voices Shantae. Of course, you get through. She's got this device that has one long name, to which Shantae shortens it to poop toot, poof toot, or something like that. Poot toot, whatever. And of course, like in the prior games, they put in like funny little sub names. Yeah, don't call it Poot Toot. Of course, once Shantae beats Risky, we also get the plans for the dynamo back, and of course the mayor and his infinite idiocy, which he shows a lot of in this franchise. He fires her and goes to hire a new one. Well, now Shantae gets, tasked with other tasks. First, she helps a young girl who, she hears about disappearing girls over by an area where the mermaids usually are. And as she goes through, she finds this facility that was set up by Techno Baron, who was first introduced in Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. Um, Apparently, Techno Baron has been, selling mermaid chow to monsters. But he was running out of the mermaids, so he started kidnapping ladies and sticking fishtails on them. Well, so we have to kick his butt. Of course, to kick his butt, we end up saving the giant mermaid, and then, have to beat some sense into her. So we successfully defeat, this one, gaining one of our first transformation dances. And with every transformation dance we get access to new areas, which is great. And also allows us to get things that we'll need later in the game. So you have to literally replay levels once you get, new abilities to find stuff. Of course, once we get through all that, we find out that there's something going on. People in town are starting to forget things, like their own names. And for some reason, we get point, you know, everything points to a city that disappeared in the desert. So you go there, you climb this tower, racing a giant worm, you know, because you don't want it to eat you. And you go through and get to the top of the tower, and we find out the culprit. It's actually the Genie, the quote, new guardian that the mayor hired, but she's a complete. She has her own plans. You see, she's actually a memory. And only one being truly has memories that's focused on her, and that is this giant worm thing called Wilbur, which eats memories. So she could cement herself more properly and feed her pet, she steals the memories of everybody in town. Not just, because everybody's memory should be her. She should be the center of everyone's memories. So we fight off Wilbur in a fight style I actually enjoyed. We are actually, it's more of a circular stage. There are other stages that seem to give off this appearance, such as the Scuttletown area. Or, yeah, Scuttletown. See, you know. Of course, once we destroy the worm, which is very tricky and uses cannons that are hidden in the base of that level, which, he's going to provide us with the cannonballs for. Uh, we learn more things. We learn carpets have been disappearing from the Great Magic Carpet Race. We learned this from Roddy Tops. So we have to get tickets to get there. These end up coming from getting at least one of the tickets from helping Blobfish, and the other one from the two girls that we first saw in Pirate's Curse that work for Ammo Baron. So once we get the tickets and head there, what we discover is that Ammo Baron is having these carpets taken. In one of the few areas that actually has two bosses in it. Because once we defeat them after the so-called race, we find we are infiltrating Ammo Baron's fleet and then fighting Ammo Baron, who wants to use the magic carpets to basically line the jackets that all his troops wear so they can become a flying force, a flying fighting force. Which is kind of ingenious in its own way. Of course, you have to fight him off, and this is a tricky one because he has his minions fighting you, protecting him. I actually enjoyed that battle. Now, once we get done with that part to move the main story along, we then learn that there is something going on. Getting stuff to, increase our skills, but we also find out that Hypno Baron's up to something. He's going to summon some eldritch horror that could mean the end of the world. Sometimes Roddy's not necessarily the most reliable when giving information. Well, we head over there, storm the castle. We also find out that Roddy's brothers are there, and they're sort of, taking a shine to the place, so they want to, make it a home for themselves. But we get into Hypno's inner sanctum, and it's too late. He's already summoned the Eldritch Horror, but it's not an Eldritch Horror, it's Squid Baron. You see, Hypno Baron was summoning Squid Baron because Squid Baron is cute. Squid Baron is lovable. Squid Baron is fourth wall breaking. Squid Baron is. He's self aware. I mean, he's excited. He's at fifth boss status, baby. He's ready. Which, ironically enough, you actually have to fight both of them. At first, it seems like you're only fighting Squid. And then Hypno joins in. And you have to fight them both until one's knocked out, and then you can knock out the other. This is a tricky battle. But, you gotta love Squid Baron. Now, once we, get done with that, we can actually get all the pieces together in part for this. For his machine, if you've gotten them all together by then, because that's part of what you're doing throughout this. When you revisit stages with new abilities, you can access areas, find stuff. relay stuff. It's great. Of course, he's built the dynamo according to his plans, but, uh, well, something happened. His plans got altered when Risky took them. She changed them. So now, instead of helping protect from evil, it actually generates dark magic. In fact, we have a moment where Shantae is literally turned into Nega Shantae again. Well, no, not. She's turned into the negative version of herself. Luckily, there is something that happens, which is actually explained in one of the DLC extras with the game. If you get the ultimate version, see, Shantae fights what one of the DLC. Apparently, the friends Bolo, Sky, and Roddy sort of fight to help Shantae remember who she is, and remember her friends, and that she's a good person. And at this point, once she recovers, you can either charge into Risky's location, or you can wait until you get all the clue. You can get all the clues that'll help develop a way to, you know, reverse the dynamo. Doing that actually gives you the best ending. So, once you go in, and this is about the time where you want to basically go around and get everything you can. I mean, the four defeated barons, well, they all have something that can help you. All they just need is for you to give them something. Like, Hypno wants Lost Souls or something like that. I think Techno needs a data chip. Ammo Baron, I think, needs some scrap or something. And of course, Squid Baron just wants fan art. And once you get this all together, then you can really go after Risky. And you know, all throughout the stages, when this is a little different because you select the items by flying to them with Sky and Wrench, which is now giant sized. And on each level, you can see each area, even the town square center. You can see items that you have yet to get, and part of it's figuring it all out. And with each, of course, form, I mean, she can. There's about eight, well, actually 12 dances you can do, and some can be traded out for others. But your main ones are, of course, monkey, crab, elephant, harpy, no, bat. But you could also do harpy. You can also become a spider, a mermaid, and what was that other one? But each one has their own, specific abilities. I'll probably think of the other one. It'll probably hit me later. You have to get all those abilities, get all these things. You can get heart holders. No heart squids in this one, but they'll be back. You have to get all this stuff together. You can pick up magic armor. There's also a magical tiara that will keep your magic level permanently filled, which is actually great against some of the boss when a boss. And then you would storm, Risky's area, which is going to take all your transformation skills to work your way through. It's a challenge, but it works. Now, of course, as you're working your way through, you'll eventually reach Risky. You'll also get save points along the way and all that. Save points are not necessarily found in levels anymore. They're usually before transitions. I mean, you get your save dude that's in, Scuttletown, but everything else, he just shows up between levels. Now, by the end, you're going to fight Risky. Then she's going to show you what the Tinker Brain is, the Dynamo is now. It's the great and dangerous Tinker Brain. So you have to defeat it, which means basically overcharging the damn thing. When its dynamos pop up, and all you have to do is like whack them with your hair a few times and all that. Of course, once you defeat the machine, it will then send, it'll, you know, self destruct. So, but it will. Oh, now I remember what the other one was. Its other form is a mouse. But anyhow, towards the end, you are faced now with a new problem because the corrupting of the Genie realm has started. So you have to, go through a whole feat to use the slowly corrupted genies into, destroying the Tinker brain, which Shantae thinks will destroys the Genie realm. Which, if you go in without getting the four clues and solving things there, it will. But in the true ending, uh, the efforts with the reverse dynamo and all that saves the Genie realm, and we learn also that Shantae's mother, the Genie, is still alive, and that we reveal that Shantae was left there because it was, you know, safer and better. And that's where we end the game. Now, there are extra modes. You could actually play this with suntan mode, or what they call, I think, bikini mode, pajama mode, full hero mode. I don't fully get what that is. You just start with all your dances, all your transformations. And there's also a version where you actually play through as Risky as she's gathering all the things to build her dynamo machine. This is a fun game, and while it's different in its style from the other games, it's still very fun. The replayability is there. I mean, you will have fun going through these levels time and time again when you're trying to get everything together. It's a great game. It keeps up the humor and the style and the fun that the Shantae series is. I definitely recommend you getting this game if you don't have it and enjoy it. Please get it. And that's all I'm going to say about Shantae, Half Genie Hero. And I hope you enjoyed listening to this. I hope you check out my playthroughs and all that. And again, get the game. You'll find it very enjoyable. So until next time, take care all and have fun. Bye.